बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, why must the killer Brat from Pune, who drove a supercar drunk and run over 2 lives, be treated as a juvenile? And at 9 o'clock tonight, the Supreme Court sends a notice to the Yogi government over the cover nameplate row. Viewers, today the Juvenile Justice Board in Pune ruled that the 17-year, 8-month-old killer behind the Porsche that claimed the lives of two young professionals should be tried as a minor, which means nothing will happen to them. The killer will get away. The citizen will be run over. The pattern of hit, kill, run will continue. The richer you are, the more you can hit, the more people you can kill, and the more easy it's going to be for you to escape. Which is why tonight, on behalf of the citizens, we say that what happened tonight is not a decision. It is an insult. What the Juvenile Justice Court has done is an insult, and we, the people of India, will fight this. It is an insult to Ashwini and Aneesh, who were crushed under the wheels of a Porsche driven by a 17-year and 8-month-old brat who was drunk, underage, unlicensed and unafraid. And I repeat, unafraid. Why? Because he knew what the rest of the country was only beginning to understand. That in India, if you have money, enough money, contacts, enough contacts, and enough political backup, even murder can be essayed away. Yes, viewers, essayed away. Because that is what his original punishment was, a 300-word essay for killing 2 people. A trip to the RTO, a few therapy lessons, and that too after tampering with a blood report, scripting a false narrative, using your family contacts, swapping the driver, and using your grandfather's political muscle to twist every arm in the system. And don't you dare tell me that this is a rarity or an aberration. It is not. Just this weekend, 2 nights ago, on the 13th of July 2025, Utsav Shekhar, a Delhi-based realtor, allegedly drunk and speeding, mowed down 5 people sleeping on a footpath with his Audi luxury car, including a child. So if you're rich and drunk, you can kill people, and the system will ensure that nothing will happen to you. And on that very night, in another instance, Pushparaj Singh, son of a Congress MLA Sena Patel, tried to mow down 2 constables, here are the visuals, in Madhya Pradesh's Ali Rajpur with a numberless SUV luxury car. This whole act was caught on CCTV. What kind of message are we sending? What has actually changed in this country? We keep saying we'll become Viksit Bharat, Viksit Bharat. But are we telling the youth of the country that as we progress to a Viksit Bharat, you can kill more people, and if your father has money, you will be fine? Are we telling the parents of Ashwini and Aneesh that their lives of their children are worth a check of 10 lakh rupees? And are we telling every honest officer, every grieving mother, every working class family that justice has a price tag in this country? And then we say we will become Viksit Bharat. That's not what it looks like to me. What does it look like? The Juvenile Justice Board says the accused who killed 2 people is a child because the child is rich. And the richer you are, the more innocent you are presumed to be in our system. Not an adult who drank gallons of alcohol in a pub. Not an adult who drove a super luxury car without a license. Not an adult who killed 2 people at 200 kilometers an hour. The system. Remember the system that Rahul Gandhi said he was born into from day one? That system wants us to believe that the killer is a misguided child. Let me ask tonight, was it a child who asked the driver to step aside? Was it a child whose father called a politician 45 times that night? Was it a child who manipulated blood tests and vanished evidence? And for all of that, what did he get? Bail in 15 hours, a 300-word essay, and a road safety lesson. Is this justice? This can happen to you. This can happen to any of us. The citizen is there to be run over in this country. The citizen is there to be killed. And the citizen is there to be bought over. The citizen is there to be pushed aside. And we say we are a democracy. We cannot be a democracy if this is the way citizens are treated in this country in 2025. This is privilege, not law. It is privilege pretending to be law. This was not law. This is privileged mercy reserved for the uber rich. Rich people can kill poor people. That's a simple logic in our country. And if rich people kill poor people, then poor people cannot fight. The richer you are, the more people you can kill, the more lawyers you can hire, the more the poor will be helpless against you. Poor juveniles are tried as adults in this country for far less. One boy spent 28 years in jail before the court realized he was just 12 years old at the time of the crime. But if you're a Porsche brat, if you're a Mercedes brat, if you're an Audi brat, you get empathy, counseling and therapy. This is the scripted betrayal of the law, and let me say it clearly. This country is not asking for revenge. We at Republic are merely asking for accountability. We are asking why a 17-year and 8-month-old cannot be tried as an adult under Section 15 of the Juvenile Justice Act. We are asking why the system has bent backwards for the rich and looked away from the poor. We are asking when there will be justice in this country. In fact, in this case, viewers, the system did not just bend, it fell to its knees. And the people will remember who looked away. Here's the story, and then we'll debate.
A Porsche driven by a super-rich brat ran over and killed Ashwini and Aneesh on May 19, 2024. This video is the proof. The culprit was identified as a 17-year-old son of a Pune businessman driving the 2 crore rupee car in an inebriated state without license. Video evidence from the site showed the rich brat was at the wheel. The same VVIP brat who got bail on the very same day on the condition that he would write a 300-word essay. Republic, in its quest to investigate and bring out the truth, revealed how the Agarwal family even tried to bribe eyewitnesses with cash after the murder.
ये हादसा शनिवार रात 3 बजे हुआ है और ये जो कार चला रहा था पॉश कार थी, महंगी कार है, जो इसकी स्पीड करीबन 200 के करीब बताई जा रही है। और ये आ रहे थे कोरियो पार्क से, एक पब में से आ रहे थे, ये दारू पी के आ रहे थे खुद और एकदम स्पीड में आ रहे थे। और यहाँ पे जब कुछ सवारी जा रही थी टू व्हीलर से जो एयरपोर्ट रोड की तरफ जा रहे थे, ये एयरपोर्ट रोड लगता है कल्याण नगर के, हम हिस्से पे खड़े हैं, और उनको आगे पीछे से 160 की स्पीड से उन्होंने उड़ाया है। और वो जो लड़की पीछे बैठी थी उनको कम से कम 15 से 20 फीट ऊपर उड़ के 10 से 15 मीटर दूर जाके गिरी और ऑन द स्पॉट उसकी जान गई है।
This is the same case where the Pune police also appeared to protect the culprit and his influential family. The DNA sample of the accused was taken for the second time, hours apart, raising questions. Reports suggested that CCTV from critical areas even went missing. Today, the Juvenile Justice Board has dismissed the plea seeking to try the 17-year-old accused as an adult. The board ruled that the accused will continue to be tried as a juvenile under the JJ Act and not under the adult criminal law. The family of the young techies who lost their lives are shattered, betrayed by the system again and again.
अब शौक तो लगा है, बाकी देश की जितनी जनता इस न्यूज को सुनेगी, जैसे पिछली बार शौक हुई थी 300 वर्ड के निबंध पर, उससे ज्यादा मेरे को लगता है शॉक्ड होने वाली। मेरे को शौक तो इतना ज्यादा लगा है कि देश के कानून के ऊपर मेरे को बेटी से ज्यादा रोना देश के कानून के ऊपर आ रहा है। क्या है, 2 लोगों का मर्डर करने वाला, 2 लोगों के ऊपर कार चलाने वाला, दारू पी के गाड़ी चलाने वाला आदमी 2 लोगों की हत्या कर देता है, उसको हत्या ही नहीं मानते।
Since the day of the accident, Pune Porsche hit and run has been a case of botched up investigation and series of cover-ups. Attempts to blame the driver, attempts to hide blood samples, attempts to destroy evidence, call logs reportedly wiped clean. They have done everything that money could buy just to save a so-called juvenile who was old enough to enter a pub, old enough to drink, old enough to drive, old enough to kill, but just not old enough to face punishment. If this isn't injustice, what is?
I have with me first Ashwini Koshta's father, Suresh Kumar Koshta. Ashwini is one of the 2 victims in the Pune Porsche hit and run case. Ashwini ji, first of all, I am completely shocked at this temerity. I cannot believe, Ashwini ji, that after what happened to Ashwini, even after that, the Juvenile Justice Board has now said that the killer will be tried as a juvenile, which means that he will get away. I personally believe this is just proof of how the common man is taken for granted. We promise to fight for you. We continue to fight for your daughter, Ashwini. Sureshji, I would like your reaction to the decision of the Juvenile Justice Board, please, which has come out today.
नमस्कार सर। हेलो
जी, बोलिए बोलिए। सुरेश जी,
आज जो जेजेबी के द्वारा जो डिसीजन दिया गया है वो बहुत ही निराशाजनक है। यानी हम लोगों को कानून व्यवस्था के प्रति विश्वास जो है ना, ऐसा लगता है आगे चल के डगमगाएगा। जेजेबी किसको पनिश कर रही है? 2 लोगों की, अब मैं सीधा सीधा मर्डर ही बोलूँगा, क्योंकि उसको पता होना चाहिए और पता था कि भारी मात्रा में शराब का सेवन करके और तेज रफ्तार से गाड़ी चलाने से क्या होगा, ये जेजेबी के सदस्यों को सोचना चाहिए था। एक
मैं जेजेबी के सदस्यों से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, जरा वो अभी आप जो क्लिप चला रहे थे वो क्लिप जरा देखें जरा, और जो लोग वहाँ पर कमेंट बता रहे थे कि क्या हुआ कैसा हुआ, उसको जरा सोच कर देखें। मेरी बेटी को उसने 160 की स्पीड से टक्कर मारी और उसके बाद वो 15 फीट ऊपर जाना, फिर ऊपर से नीचे गिरना, तो मेरे को नहीं लगता उसकी चीख भी निकल पाई होगी। जरा सोच कर देखें। और ऐसे व्यक्ति को वो एडल्ट ही नहीं मानते, बच्चा मानते हैं। बच्चा क्या इतनी भारी गलती कर सकता है क्या? बच्चा होता तो थोड़े बहुत धीरे से टक्कर लगती या कहीं थोड़ा बहुत फ्रैक्चर होता, ऐसा कुछ हो सकता था। मगर इतनी भारी गलती के बाद भी तो जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड का औचित्य क्या रह गया? किसको सजा दे रही है? जो बच्चे छोड़ा स्टेशन में पॉकेटमारी कर लेते हैं या किसी का मोबाइल झपट के भाग देते हैं, जिनका कोई माई बाप नहीं है, उनको सजा दे रही है क्या? और ऐसे भारी भारी क्रिमिनलों को कहीं जमानत दे रही है? अभी मैंने पिछली बार एक डिसीजन आया था तो उसमें भी मैंने सुना था कि वो मानसिक आघात पहुंचा है उसको। अरे मानसिक आघात किसको पहुंचा है? मेरे को पहुंचा है या क्रिमिनल को मानसिक आघात? किस बात का मानसिक आघात है? वहां भी उसको पिज्जा बर्गर खिलाए जा रहे हैं, वहां भी सेवा बाल सुधार गृह में भी उसकी सेवा सत्कार हुआ होगा खूब। किस बात का है? उसको किस बात का आघात पहुंचा है? यानी जस्टिस, पूरा जस्टिस उसके तरफ बोल रहा है, जैसे हमने अपनी लड़की को वहां भेजकर कोई गुनाह कर दिया हो, या घर के बाहर निकल के हम कोई गुनाह कर दे, हमको मार दे। तो मतलब तो ये हुआ। बताया जाता है कानून सबके लिए बराबर है, कहां बराबर है? दिखना भी चाहिए बराबर है, दिख तो रहा नहीं है। विदेशों में भी जेजेबी कानून है, जहां तक मेरे को मालूम है वहां पर जेजेबी के कानून है, मगर वहां पर फैक्ट पोजीशन क्या है, किस तरीके से क्या हुआ है, उस तरीके से सजा दी जाती है। यहाँ तो बोलते हैं वो कानून तो एक तरफ है, मगर वो 18 साल से कम का है, इसलिए वो माफ है, उसको सब कुछ। मर्डर करना माफ है, चाकू मारना माफ है, सब कुछ माफ है। फिर तो जेजेबी का औचित्य क्या है? फिर किसको सजा दी रही, किसको सुना रही?
मुझे तो ये लगा, जो मैंने कहा आज प्रोग्राम के इंट्रोडक्शन में, कि हमारे देश में दो कानून व्यवस्था सिस्टम है, एक अमीरों के लिए और एक मिडिल क्लास और गरीबों के लिए। और ये बिल्कुल एक तरह से ये प्रूव हो चुका है आज के डिसीजन के बाद। मैं चाहता हूं कि आप अपनी बेटी अश्विनी के बारे में कुछ कहें। वो क्या कर रही थी पुणे में, उनकी बैकग्राउंड क्या थी, वो कैसे कहाँ पे वर्क कर रही थी, उनकी फ्यूचर कैसी थी, ताकि लोग एक तरह से समझ सकें कि जो आपने खोया है। मैं चाहता हूं कि अश्विनी के बारे में आप कुछ कहें ताकि हमारे व्यूअर्स रिलेट कर सके कि ऐसे एक यंग प्रोफेशनल के साथ जब ऐसा होता है तो इसको कोई 10 लाख के चेक के साथ इसको कॉम्पेंसेट नहीं किया जा सकता। मैं चाहता हूं आप अश्विनी के बारे में कहे थोड़ी बहुत, so that she is not just a statistic in the minds of people.
मेरी बेटी ने जब से चलना शुरू किया तब से ही वो एक होनहार थी। KG 1 से लेके हमेशा क्लास में अव्वल ही आती थी, व्यवहार में और अपना घर में कैसे रहना चाहिए, दूसरों से कैसे बात करनी चाहिए, आदर सत्कार से, सबसे प्रेम से बात करती थी। और वो अधिकतर अपनी पढ़ाई की बात और पढ़ाई में ही अपना बिजी रहती थी। 10th 11th के बाद तो उसको किसी से ना समाज से मतलब, ना अपना पड़ोसियों से मतलब, सबसे वो एक प्रकार से कट चुकी थी, क्योंकि उसका उद्देश्य था आगे बढ़ना, मेहनत करना है और आगे बढ़ना किसी तरीके से। तो वो इसी तारतम्य में वो पुणे में उसका कॉलेज में एडमिशन करवाया था, अवाधिया कॉलेज में। वहाँ से भी वो अभी जितनी उम्मीद मैं करता था उस हिसाब से तो सही था। इतनी भारी उम्मीद भी बच्चों के ऊपर मैंने बोझ नहीं लादा कि मेरे को 10, 15, 20 करोड़ का पैकेज ही चाहिए, या मतलब जितना हम मध्यम वर्गीय लोग अपना कर सकते हैं उतना उसने बिल्कुल हमको पूरा रिजल्ट हमको दिया। मैं उससे टोटल सेटिस्फाइड था कि मेरी बेटी भी जो है ना कुछ करके दिखाने की हौसला रखती है और कैपेबल भी है। ऐसा नहीं है कि कैपेबल नहीं है और मैं खाली पीली संतुष्ट हो रहा हूँ। कैपेबल थी, कुछ करने का, कुछ करके दिखाने की हिम्मत रखती थी। उसी हिम्मत को, उसकी दाद देते हुए मैंने उसको पुणे भेजा था। पुणे में रहकर वो जॉब कर रही थी। जॉब करने के बाद फिर ऐसा हो गया और खाली पढ़ाई में और इसमें नहीं थी, हर चीज में एक्टिव थी वो
जी। अपना
बॉडी बिल्डिंग में थी, वेट लिफ्टिंग में थी, डांस में थी, संगीत में भी थी। संगीत में वो, अब मैं उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग तो नहीं कर पाया, गिटार, उसका संगीत भी, गिटार ला के रखी उसने घर में गिटार बजाया करती थी। अब कितनी खूबियां थी। मेरी बेटी है, लोगों को सुनने में शायद लगेगा अपनी बेटी है तो तारीफ कर रहा है, मगर कोई घर में आके मेरे देखे तो मैं उसके मेडल,
सुरेश जी एक कॉन्ट्रास्ट,
पढ़ाई से लेके
एक कॉन्ट्रास्ट बनता है। एक तरफ अश्विनी है आपकी बेटी और एक तरफ ये जो लड़का है जो ये बहुत सुपर रिच फैमिली का लड़का है जिसने बहुत ड्रिंक करके आपकी बेटी को 160 की स्पीड में अपने पोर्शे कार से मार गिराया। नाउ व्यूअर्स, सुरेश जी, मैं आपको कष्ट नहीं देना चाहता। मैं चाहता हूं कि अगर मैंने कहा था कि देखिए आई सेड कि आपके साथ 1-to-1 बात होगी, मैं आपसे 1-to-1 बात ही करना चाहता हूं, मगर अगर बुरा ना माने, मैं दूसरे साइड को भी बुलाना चाहता हूं ताकि वो समझे। कैन आई हैव द स्क्रीन बैक? ताकि वो समझे कि इट इज नॉट जस्ट वन पर्सन इज नॉट डाइड, इसका इम्पैक्ट पूरे हमारे समाज में पड़ता है। जब आपको न्याय नहीं मिलता है सुरेश जी, जब सुरेश कुमार कोष्टा को न्याय नहीं मिलता है, तो बहुत मध्यम वर्गीय लोग देश भर में इस प्रोग्राम को देखकर उनको लग रहा होगा कि हमारे परिवार के साथ भी ऐसा हो सकता है। Am I right, Ishkaran?
Absolutely, Arnab. And the law had changed for this reason only. Arnab, I remember Nirbhaya case where I actually went to the Supreme Court also, because that time the age limit was 18 years.
Yeah.
Then the law changed so that between 16 to 18, people can be tried as adults. Now somebody who drinks and we saw those images of what was the alcohol bill and then rams his car, knowing how dangerous it is, because it's not the first case.
Yeah.
It's not as if cars have been introduced in the market 1 year ago. People know if to drink and drive at a rash speed. Day after day, there are deaths which happen due to it. It is nothing but a naked
I'll show one more picture. पहले मैं सुरेश जी if you don't mind, आप 10 मिनट और रहेंगे हमारे प्रोग्राम पर? मैं रिक्वेस्ट, अगर आप 10 मिनट रहे, आई एम कमिंग बैक टू यू। मैं थोड़ी सी इस पर डिस्कशन करके आई एम कमिंग बैक टू यू। You see, there is no second view. I want to show you a different set of pictures. Jay Anand Dehadrai, please have a look at it. He is a Supreme Court advocate. The pictures I want to show are of what happened in, these visuals came from Madhya Pradesh, Ali Rajpur. Isko zara full frame dikhaiye, please. Show the pictures full frame. In this picture, there is an SUV. What we are seeing is rich people are killing professionals, poor people, and even police. Rich people are buying these expensive cars, they are giving it to their children or they are driving it themselves, they are getting drunk, they are going for parties and they are killing people. In this car, this SUV, which is being driven by the son of the Congress MLA Sena Patil, hits 2 policemen and then runs away from the crime scene. The SUV does not have a number plate, right? The constables narrowly escape, the driver flees the scene. One constable is in hospital, right? And the accused is on the run. So I'm not exaggerating anything, Jay. All over India, rich people are killing poor people.
You will allow me.
This is a rich killing poor situation. Yes, please, Jay.
Yes, but
why are the rich killing the poor and the middle class?
Yeah, thank you, but please allow me to just make a few points. I, for a moment, would not disagree with you that the punishment given is not enough, but please allow me to make a few points. The question is not about rich and poor. The law applies squarely across the board, whether you are rich or whether you are poor. And the unfortunate truth in our country is, one moment, the unfortunate truth in our country is this, that the law as it stands today, under the Juvenile Justice Act, section 2, subsection 33, it clearly says that if the IPC provision has to be minimum of 7 years. Now, in this case, the section that they have, the enhanced provision, criminal provision that they have applied to this minor, is under Section 304 Part 2, even if we take it as Section 304 and not 304A, which was the milder provision that was applied earlier. In that case, it is up to 10 years. So there is no minimum band provided. Now, the Honorable Supreme Court has laid down in a judgment in 2020. My friend Ishkaran is on the other side. He's a brilliant criminal lawyer, and he will not disagree with me that in Shilpa Shetty's judgment in 2020, a similar issue came up. The Honorable Supreme Court said that the Juvenile Justice Board was not wrong in treating the person as a juvenile simply for this reason, on this ground, that the minimum prescribed punishment here is not 7 years. It is up to 10. And there cannot be a mini trial.
Let me argue on this.
Justice Board. One moment. So this person, just a moment. So as unfortunate as this offense is, and that this child has committed this, seemingly, allegedly has committed this crime, maybe he was drunk.
No,
the fact is that
what is maybe it is proven?
Cannot go beyond what the law prescribes.
No, one minute.
So
one minute. First of all, I hold my opinion.
I can't pronounce.
Jay, 1 minute. Let me give the contrary view. Let me give the contrary view. Let me give the contrary view.
Please.
Let me give the contrary view, and I will get PK Jain also, who besides being former additional DGP,
I
is
hope
also
you
a lawyer.
appreciate what I have said on the law.
No, I'll tell you, I do not appreciate what you've said on the law, because what you're saying is wrong, and I'll explain why. You see, the Juvenile Justice Board has rejected the Pune police's plea to try the accused as an adult, despite knowing that it is a heinous crime and there is evidence tampering, right?
It is not a heinous
crime.
1 minute.
Now it is said to me tonight. Now this is where it gets interesting. सुरेश जी, आप देखिए, इस पे आपको भी बुलाना चाहता हूं मैं. Heinous translates in Hindi as what? What would it equally translate as?
Ghinona, you can say.
Ghinona, अच्छा. तो सुरेश जी, डिफेंस के जो लॉयर है, जो अमीर अक्यूज्ड है, सुपर रिच अक्यूज्ड है, उनके लॉयर प्रशांत पाटिल कहते हैं कि 2 लोग मर गए तो क्या हुआ, अल्कोहल पी के गाड़ी चलाई तो क्या हुआ, 160 की स्पीड पे चलाई तो क्या हुआ, भागने की कोशिश की वो क्या हुआ, 2 होनहार प्रोफेशनल्स मर गए तो क्या हुआ, मगर ये कोई घिनौना अपराध नहीं है. इट इज नॉट ए हीनस क्राइम. एंड आई एम आस्किंग यू टुनाइट, व्यूअर्स, रिमेंबर, दिस इन्वॉल्व्स यू. 2 people die. A rich, super rich brat kills 2 people, and it will be told it is not a heinous crime. सुरेश जी, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? ये जो आर्ग्यूमेंट दी जा रही है, would you like to say something?
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, पहले तो वकील साहब को अर्थ थोड़ा समझ में आना चाहिए. घिनौना मीन्स क्या होता है, जघन्य क्या होता है. घिनौना किसको बोला जा सकता है? जिसको देख के घृणा होती है. जघन्य, जिसको आत्मा दहल जाती है, उसको जघन्य बोला जाता है. मैं आपकी क्लिप, आप जो क्लिप दिखा रहे हैं, एक्सीडेंट की क्लिप दिखा रहे हैं, वो क्लिप देखने की मेरी हिम्मत अब नहीं हो रही. इतना जघन्य है वो. मर गए तो क्या हुआ, खुद सोचें. यदि उनके घर के किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो जाए तो वो उनके ऊपर क्या बीतेगी, जरा सोच कर देखें. सोच कर भी देखेंगे तो उनकी आत्मा दहल जाएगी. क्या होता है किसी के घर का इतना लाडला, इतनी प्यारा सदस्य को खो जाना, जरा सोच के खुद देखें. फिर उस बात को जो आपने अभी मेरे को बताया, वो क्या हुआ, कुछ नहीं हुआ, मर गई तो क्या हुआ. सोच कर देखिए, जरा सोच कर देखिए कैसे आत्मा दहल जाती है.
और नहीं, मैंने आपसे शोक
कह देने से कुछ नहीं होता. जब जिसके ऊपर बीतती है वही जान सकता है.
कानूनी प्रावधान के बाहर बात नहीं हो सकती.
नहीं, कानून के बाहर बात जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड का
सेक्शन 33 में ये हीनस ऑफेंस नहीं माना जाता है. ये हमारा कानून.
Arnab ji, let me put forward a humble submission. First of all, it is not about technicality. And I offer my condolences and pranam to Suresh ji and to the memory of those people who lost their life. There might be technical points. Nobody is disagreeing. But no, what you said is a very right spirit. I'm a normal middle-class person of India. I will feel afraid and I will feel agitated. God forbid, something happened to somebody in my family. We will feel outraged. We will feel angry about the whole thing. And those people who are responsible for this are not getting enough punishment. Will wound my soul. Will hurt my soul. This is a reality reality
Supreme
that
Court
we
of
should
India
not
has laid
forget.
down a law.
That's the
We
reason
have
why
to
many
abide
times
by
a
that law.
larger point has to be set. A larger
Arnab,
example
you
has
can
to be
speak to
set.
the galleries,
People who are
Mr.
rich,
Ishwaran,
we
you can
respect
come
them.
and speak
But
to
at the
the
same
priests, to
point
the
of time,
galleries.
there is
But
a
the point is that
responsibility
the
and
law-
social
the law
security
here is
cover
crystal
that should be
clear.
for the middle class
The
and the
law
poor
is
people.
that it has to
And
be a
those
heinous
people
offence.
should
Middle class
not
does
feel
not have a
that
cover.
justice is not done to them.
No,
That
1
injustice
minute.
is done to them. I
In terms
agree
of
with
the
the
definition
technical
of the law.
argument.
I can't hear
This is
either.
not a
Now,
question of
audio is being very
technicality.
poorly managed. I just want you to just give me a moment here. Viewers, what do I believe? I believe the middle class is treated very badly in this country. The poor are treated even worse in this country. The rich get away with most things, and the super rich get away with everything. Politicians who are rich can get away with murder and double murder and triple murder. And I am being told on the program tonight, PK Jain, that if a super rich brat kills two people after drinking alcohol in a Porsche car worth crores of rupees, and after that, if he tampers with his blood report, if he scripts a false narrative, if he gets his grandfather and his father to swap the driver and use political muscle to twist the system, after that, he will get away. He will get away. This is the situation in India today. And let me tell you this.
Arnab, can I comment?
Let me tell you this, PK Jain, that if this person driving the super luxury Porsche car with a faulty registration under the influence of alcohol after partying all night with his friends in a bar had by chance been a poor person, he would have been in lockup for the rest of his life. PK Jain, please. Yes, sir.
No.
Arnab, I've got 3-4 points for all the people who disagree with the or who agree with the narrative that he should be tried as a juvenile. First of all, it is the same Juvenile Justice Board which had to lick the dust when there was a protest, very heavy protest on your channel, when there was a very heavy protest by the public and by the media. And they had to cancel his bail. They had to take him into remand, and he had to spend 20 plus days in the facility. One. Second, now they've been sitting on this plea by the police that he should be tried as an adult for the last 14 months. And now the judgment has come. I don't know what has been going and transpiring in a case where the entire system was corrupted. The entire system was influenced right from the police to the doctors to the Juvenile Justice Board. So now finally, after 14 months, they've come out with this kind of an outrageous judgment. Third, yes, there's a provision of non-serious, serious and heinous offences under the Juvenile Justice Act. The punishment for rape, Arnab, is also up to 10 years, and it is more than 10 years. There are different categories. Now, if an accused who has committed rape can be tried as an adult, why not a person be tried as an adult in this case, in which he has knowing the consequences of his actions, driving under the influence of alcohol without having a driving license? Why should he be given the benefit of doubt by anybody, whether it is JJB or the police or anybody else? So whoever, my learned friend who's there on the show, I think we must give it a serious thought. The Juvenile Justice Board has a discretion. It is not laid down. It is laid down in the act that there should be a minimum punishment of 7 years. But the Juvenile Justice Board does have a discretion. If in a case of rape, a person can be tried as adult, then in this case also, which is absolutely outrageous, outright, the accused was aware of his actions and the consequences of his actions. He must be tried as an adult. The judgment is absolutely faulty.
Even now, viewers, remember this case is important for you to speak. I'll tell you why. Viewers, whenever you watch my program, don't look at it as something that is happening very far away from you. I only pick up subjects that matter to you. You know, God forbid this can happen to any one of us. And then nobody in this world will come to help you if you support the super rich brat. Today, it has happened to the family of Suresh Kumar Koshta and to his daughter. But nobody in this country, rich people are killing poor people everywhere. And this is my problem. In the BJP government, we thought things would change. You remember when the Congress was in power, the Nanda case happened, the Ansal case happened. We used to say things are very bad. Rich people are getting away by killing middle class people. But have things changed in this new central government? Where is the initiative? I call upon the Maharashtra government, the central government to wake up and realize that citizens are not going to remain quiet always. They are watching and people are getting very angry. The law is clear. Anant Kumar Asthana is a child rights and criminal lawyer. The law is clear. He must be tried as an adult. Section 15, it is permissible to conduct a preliminary assessment with regards to the mental and physical capacity of the child who is above the age of 16 years, so as to try him as an adult under Section 18 of the Act. Why did the court not ask for an assessment under Section 15? Section 18, because he's rich. Why can't an almost 18-year-old not be treated as an adult when he has killed 2 people in a super luxury car in the dead of the night in a completely intoxicated state without a license or registry after underage drinking? Because he's rich. And in this country, viewers, I know politicians will hate me. One thing which doesn't change, any government can change. Rich remain rich and poor remain poor. Super rich rule over the middle class. Lines are open tonight. Mr. Asthana, what's your choice? What's your stand?
Thank you, Arnab. Thank you. Thank you for reminding in the very beginning that Republic is asking for accountability. I was very happy to hear that you from this channel is giving voice to a sentiment shared by many of us that we do demand accountability for any kind of injustice which is done to the victims or to the children. However, I will take this opportunity to say that the momentum which is being built against children and childhood, the momentum of anger, will lead us towards a situation where we will find a country like us, a great country like us, where we have successfully contained the juvenile delinquency. We don't want to be United States of America because the scale of juvenile delinquency is very high in United States of America because angry people demanded harsh punishments to the minors. Harsh punishments have demonstrated, and it is before us. My friend will allow me to complete, then I'll hand over to you, sir. May I, Mr. Jaskaran? Ishkaran Bhandari?
I'm not interrupting you. I just raised my hand to answer after you answer.
No, I thought you wanted to come in and make a point. I'll just conclude in a minute.
I was trying to catch Arnab's attention, which is difficult to catch.
I think that's a common struggle for all of us. But I will say and conclude this, that let us not make use of the tragedy of Mr. Suresh to build a case against Juvenile Justice Act. Juvenile Justice Act is a beneficial legislation. For every bad case, I can tell you a good case, right? There are cases where laws have not been utilized properly. Mostly poor people are treated differently. I agree with you, Arnab, that the rich have rather easy access into legal processes and poor often find themselves struggling. I'm very happy that you are articulating this. But I will urge you, Arnab, and you have been part of this discussion, that there is no gain in demolishing a brilliant law called Juvenile Justice Act, which allows the youth of the country to be put on a rehabilitative path. We don't want to be United States of America. Please don't lead us there. There is no virtue for us. High delinquency. We don't want to be a country infested with crime.
Mr. Asthana, I understand what you're saying. But tell me, someone tell me, and let me get Pula Rao on this. Is it not true that young, rich people, young and very rich people, driving very expensive cars, drinking a lot of alcohol, have been killing a lot of poor people on the streets of this country everywhere? Please understand, sir, you mentioned the US. Pula, I'm coming to you. Just like in America, there is an epidemic of shootings. In India, there is an epidemic of rich people killing poor people. I want justice for middle-class people. I want justice for poor people. This is not the first or last rich super brat who is killing people. In the name of a juvenile, he'll get away. Many more deserving people, many more young professionals like Ashwini will get killed. Pula, what's your take? And calls are being opened right now. Pula. Can't hear you, Pula. Just... Yeah.
Sorry. I agree 100% with 2 things you said. 2015, the Juvenile Act was amended. Why did they do it deliberately? Vague phrases were put in. Why couldn't they include all these heinous crimes and be clear about it? They amended it.
Father.
And mind you,
Koshta's father.
1850 was the first time the British introduced this Juvenile Act, which came from the Napoleonic Code, 1800. What prevented this government from bringing a better law? Please tell us. Forget partisan attitude. They didn't do it. Secondly, the country appreciates when you say poor people don't get justice. They don't. Rich people driving crores of rupees worth of cars, drinking expensive liquor, can afford expensive lawyers. Tell me that's not so. If you want justice, it's not the law alone. Who is practicing in the courts? Please tell us. There are two nice people, they're lawyers. What is the law? You can't afford it.
No, but where is
you
the
can't
Supreme
go there.
Court of India?
You can't go to the courts.
With great respect.
How are you going to
with
get
great
court?
respect.
You have pointed out.
I am so disappointed. I'm 1 minute, sir. I am so disappointed at now retired former Chief Justice Chandrachud. I kept shouting and screaming that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India should wake up. Where was Justice Chandrachud? With the greatest of respect to him and to all honorable judges of the Supreme Court, with the greatest of respect, where is the Supreme Court of India in cases like this?
Nowhere.
Where is
Nowhere,
the Supreme Court of India?
Nowhere.
Why is the Supreme Court of India not taking suo motu cognizance of this case? Every case in this country, the Supreme Court of India will wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to hear the case of a terrorist and his mercy petition. But it will not hear the cries of a father. Am I overstating the case? I have great respect for the Supreme Court. But am I not right in saying that the Supreme Court had time to take suo motu cognizance of the Calcutta High Court when it ordered a CBI probe into irregularities pertaining to admissions to medical colleges in West Bengal, but it has no time for the Pune Porsche case? Should the Supreme Court not know that poor people, middle class people are being killed everywhere in this country, that people don't give a damn about it? That the poor and middle class person does not have the stamina or the resources to fight for their dead child? Where is the Supreme Court when it needs to step in? Ishkaran, am I right on this?
Arnab, on this, I think the high courts are sufficient to deal with the law and order.
Whatever, High Court, Supreme Court, appellate courts, where are they?
The courts are already, I in fact think Supreme Court already hears way too many matters, more than it should hear. So I don't think so I can agree on this. Already it is hearing way too many matters. But the point here is, Arnab,
when confronted. When confronted with the most important question.
Why did the law change? We have to understand that.
No. I am saying, do you have a doubt in your mind that this
understand this Juvenile Act in its entirety?
Sir, we saw one person. Can we see the pictures of the guy without the shirt?
The reason for the change was so that people who are just shy of 18 do not...
Ishkaran, rich people and their kids have become a problem in this country. Am I right or wrong? Rahul?
Rich get better representation is a fact.
Yeah, and okay, so all these...
It's a fact that there is easy access to justice. I mean, we all know, I'm also an advocate, we all know that rich people has more access to justice. They have more money to buy lawyers. That's a truth that nobody should, hide their freedom. That's the reason why media, the fourth pillar comes into play. Media like Republic, media persons like Arnab Goswami can raise it. Obviously, the courts
other media will not raise it because they are corporate media.
But they will take note of this.
Corporate media will not raise this. Media owned by corporate houses will not raise this. There's conflict of interest. They will not raise it. Why will rich people raise questions about rich people?
Yes, I agree. This is a very good thing. The lawyers must understand that people expect justice from the courts. Courts are silent. And then you can't blame, what is the juvenile board or what is this? The Supreme Court
I am saying the Supreme Court...
They can definitely take a stance here.
So I'll show you one picture. Look at this picture. This fellow driving a luxury car without a shirt on, drunk, shouting, behaving like crazy. When he's caught, he drives a car like this. And when he's caught, he says, my father is from Raj Thakre's party. PK Jain, this is an epidemic today. And poor people are going to, they're getting very angry. Middle class, this fellow says, I'm from Raj Thakre's party, I can drive whatever I want, I can kill as many people, nothing happens.
Absolutely, Arnab. I think people like him must get the right end of the stick. Somehow, unfortunately, all these people get away with flouting the law, by flouting their influence, their money, their political standing, and the poor people. It's only the poor people who get the wrong end of the stick. Unfortunately, that's a fact. You have been saying this thing for all through the show. There is a fact that the rich people, everybody on the panel is agree that they have resources. They can approach the politicians, they can approach the officers, and get a lenient deal. Whereas the poor fellow does not have any resources, he does not have any influence.
Abhi, I want to go to Suresh Kumar, Mr. Koshta again. First of all, I'm opening the lines. Suresh ji, I first of all thank you. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि आप इतने समय दे रहे हैं हमें. आपने बोला, इससे हमें थोड़ी सी हमें भी इसमें उम्मीद जागती है, क्योंकि जो मीडिया भी है ना सुरेश जी, वो मैंने आपको तब भी कहा था, मीडिया एक हफ्ते के लिए कवर करती है, भूल जाती है, हम नहीं भूलते. मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं कि
मैं एक बात और वो
जी
हेलो
जी सुरेश जी.
हाँ, मैं वो माननीय वकील साहब जिन्होंने अभी बोला ये दो लोगों को चल दिया तो क्या हुआ, ये क्या, तो ये मैं उनसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, या वो मीडिया में ही जवाब दे दें कि वो क्या मैसेज देना चाह रहे हैं, जनता को क्या मैसेज देना चाह रहे हैं कि बड़े घर के जो बच्चे हैं, बिगड़े हुए हैं, वो जाएं रोड पे खुलेआम गाड़ी भगाएं और लोगों को चलते जाएं, क्योंकि 2 हुए या 20 हुए या 200 हुए, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. क्योंकि मेरा बेटी का एक्सीडेंट जब से हुआ है, उसके बाद से पुणे और बॉम्बे के ही मैंने न्यूज चैनलों में कितने एक्सीडेंट देखे हैं. एक वो किसी विधायक का बेटा बॉम्बे में किसी महिला को 2 किलोमीटर तक घसीटते हुए लेके गया
जी.
मतलब कानून में ऐसे कुछ प्रावधान तो होना चाहिए, बदलाव होना चाहिए जिसमें लोगों को कुछ सबक मिले. यानी कानून का किसी को डर ही नहीं है. गरीब को तो डर है, गरीब को तो डर है कि भैया धीरे चलाओ यार, कहीं किसी को कुछ लग गया तो अब भी 2-4 लाख रुपए तो देना पड़ेंगे या जेल जाना पड़ेगा. इनको तो कोई डर ही नहीं है,
कोई चिंता ही नहीं है.
वो मतलब कानून
कोई अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं है सुरेश जी.
जो
आप समझ रहे. जय, जय, यू कैन स्पीक टू हिम. जय आनंद रहद्राय, बोलिए.
डिसीजन होना चाहिए कि मतलब कुछ जनता को सबक मिले.
हमारा दिल, ये बहुत दिल दहलाने वाली बात थी, ये जो दुर्घटना हुई, हमको बहुत इसके लिए बहुत बुरा लगता है.
ये दुर्घटना नहीं है, मर्डर है.
मैं आपसे केवल यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि जो कानून है वो यही कहता है, और जो अर्नब जी आज कर रहे हैं, जो ये मुद्दा उठा रहे हैं, मैं उनकी दाद देता हूँ, उनको कॉम्प्लीमेंट करता हूँ कि उन्होंने ये मुद्दा उठाया है. मैं मान रहा हूं ये बात कि कानून को बदलने की आवश्यकता है.
आप इधर कह रहे हैं, आप मुझे दाद देते हैं, आपको सहानुभूति है, मगर बुरा ना माने जय जी, अगर आपको ऐसे कोई बड़े क्लाइंट मिल जाए, बड़े अमीर वाले बच्चे, और आपको बड़ी फीस देके वो आपका लॉयर बना ले, तो आप जाके कोर्ट में कहेंगे कि अर्नब गोस्वामी मीडिया ट्रायल कर रहे हैं. यही और अगर मैं मीडिया ट्रायल नहीं करूं तो मेरा सवाल है, कौन उठाएगा ये सवाल? सरकार कुछ नहीं करती, नेता कुछ नहीं करते, ब्यूरोक्रेट कुछ नहीं करते, पुलिस कुछ नहीं करती. आखिरी उम्मीद रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क है, बाकी मीडिया खरीदी हुई है, कॉर्पोरेट मीडिया है.
हमेशा इंपॉर्टेंट मुद्दे उठाते हैं, उसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है, लेकिन मैं कुछ और कह रहा हूं. आज हो सकता है हमारा मतभेद हो.
मतभेद नहीं है, मैं कह रहा हूं डेली भारत के अलग अलग शहरों में.
आप भी मेरी बात मानेंगे अर्नब जी कि जो कानून है वो वीक क्यों ना हो, लेकिन वो कानून तो वैसे ही अप्लाई
नहीं, वैसे नहीं. आपने कानून को रिच लोगों के लिए बनाया हुआ है, उसको ऐसे इंटरप्रेट किया है. अशोक नहीं, ये कानून एक तरफा हो गया है. कानून ने द कोर्ट सेड, एक मिनट, द कोर्ट सेड वी आर नॉट स्वेड बाय द अप्रोर क्रिएटेड. I want to ask the Honorable High Court, जब 300 वर्ड ऐसे लेके सॉरी और लोगों को नहीं मारेंगे, जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड ने जब बात कही, तो ये अप्रोर यानी कि हाहाकार, ये जायज है कि नहीं है? कि हाहाकार नाजायज है?
ये लॉ बदलना पड़ेगा, ये गलत है.
2 लोगों को मार के आप 300 वर्ड की ऐसे लिख के सॉरी बोल दीजिए, मार दिया.
वो बिल्कुल
किसी मध्यम वर्ग के परिवार के बच्चों को मार दिया, सॉरी सर, फिर नहीं करेंगे.
और अप्रोर हुआ तो चेंज भी हुआ ना जजमेंट. वो अप्रोर हुआ तो चेंज भी हुआ.
जी,
ये पार्शियलिटी बंद करनी पड़ेगी. अशोक फ्रॉम चेन्नई. अशोक, व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, Ashok.
How long are we planning to debate this, Arnab? Any number of cases have been reported. Many cases are sleeping in the courts. Any number of cases are pending for accident claim victims.
Correct.
Nobody is getting justice. I think there is no point saying that justice delayed is justice denied. Just say justice denied.
Running over people. Show the other visuals. Absolutely, I agree with you. Ashok, see the other visuals. This case,
look at the brazen way people are doing this crime and getting away with anything.
Every day, everywhere in the country, rich people are killing middle class people and poor people every day.
Arnab, I must also add that if I have the facility to, let us say, deploy advocates like the likes of Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani or Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, I could, in broad daylight, murder somebody in Nariman Point and get away with it because the laws are only for the rich and not for the poor and the middle class.
This is terrible. Thank you so much. Mahesh is calling from Pune. Mahesh Kumar. Hi, Mahesh. You're from Pune.
Hi, Arnab. It's pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Mahesh. Same here.
Yeah, and it's kudos to you for raising this issue because otherwise it would have been dead.
Completely cancelled.
Now, I wanted to say three things. First thing, we are highly disappointed with BJP. I had been throughout a BJP voter and we are highly disappointed seeing this kind of a treatment. The law is taking it.
Yeah.
They are not taking care of it. Secondly, we are losing a faith on justice system because it has become a keep of a rich and the politicians. There is nothing else for a common person. And third thing, I just want to pray that something like this happens to the judge and the lawyer who are representing these rich people.
Maheshji, never. We must never speak ill or wish ill. I know your anger, but let's not cross that line. I thank you for calling me. Rohit is calling from Pune. Rohit.
Hey, hi Arnab, good evening.
Hi Rohit.
Hi, so I wasn't expecting this topic. मैं almost every day ब्रह्मा कॉर्प के एक बहुत बड़े होटल के सामने से ट्रैवल करता हूँ ऑफिस के लिए and then I crossed the point where this accident had happened. अभी आपको तो पता है ये तो एक कैच हुआ इसलिए, लेकिन ऑलमोस्ट एवरी अदर डे ये सिमिलर चीजें होते रहती है जहाँ पे प्रोबेबली कोई मरता नहीं है बट डैमेज होता है, कोई जख्मी होता है. वो तो टीवी पे भी नहीं आता, पेपर में भी नहीं आता.
ये चीजें दबाई जाती हैं.
And I thought we had even forgotten this. Arnab.
No, as long as Republic is there, I won't forget this, Rohit.
तो मैं तो बोलूंगा जिस दिन उसने ये एक्सीडेंट करके पहली बार फटके खाए रोड पे, आई थिंक दैट वाज द ओनली जस्टिस दैट हैपेंड. लेटर वो एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास एसी में था.
तो इसमें ऐसा करते हैं रोहित, लेट अस रेज पब्लिक आउटक्राई. मैं रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क के सभी चैनल्स और रिपब्लिक डिजिटल पे इस पे आई विल मेक इट अ बिग इशू. आई वांट टू थैंक सुरेश जी. सुरेश जी, आपने बहुत हिम्मत दिखाई, हमारे प्रोग्राम में आए हैं और मैं आपको आश्वासन देता हूं कि इस मुद्दे को हम छोड़ने वाले नहीं हैं. जब मीडिया से बात निकल जाती है सब लोग भूल जाते हैं और नेता तो सभी एक ही है. हम लड़ेंगे इसके लिए, विल फाइट.
जी मैं अंत में यही बोलना चाहता हूं कि न्यायपालिका को और जितने भी संबंधित इस केस से हैं तो वो ऐसा कुछ उदाहरण पेश करें कि वैसे भी कानून व्यवस्था के ऊपर इस देश की, मतलब इस भारत देश की जनता जो है ना विश्वास खोती जा रही है. तो ऐसा कुछ डिसीजन लाएं या फास्ट ट्रैक पर इसको केस को चलाकर ऐसा कुछ उदाहरण पेश करें
जी
कि जिससे लोग सबक भी सीखें और एक उदाहरण बन सके कि हाँ इस देश में भी कानून नाम की कोई चीज
जी
आम साधारण इंसान के लिए बची हुई है.
जी अश्विनी जी, we need law and not hollow sympathy for the family. I thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other side tonight, the Supreme Court sends a notice to the Yogi Adityanath government over the cover nameplate row. There's complete division on this subject. Huge and hot debate coming up.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला. सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप.